Hello, and thanks for joining us for this edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Lizzie Patrick.
And I'm James Ogorwernes. Flu season is here, and it's important for everyone to protect themselves from getting sick. There are many places around Blacksburg to get a flu shot, so there's no excuse not to get one. On-campus students can utilize Schiffered. The flu shot is $23. At Schiffered, however, there's not an option to get the flu missed. Wage employees of Virginia Tech have flu clinics throughout October and November. For these, registration is encouraged, but walk-ins are welcome, so prevent yourself from the flu and don't forget to get vaccinated.
As we get deeper into October, the weather is starting to become colder. Farmers and bakers have a special perspective on how they operate when the weather starts to change. Newsfeed reporter David Prince has more on this story.
Christiansburg Farmers Market hasn't been around for that long. Getting its start in 2015, it is a great place to buy local produce as well as baked goods. As we get later in the year and the temperature starts to drop, the attendance at the farmers market tends to drop as well. What does this mean for businesses on the market that don't sell produce? Lexi Gilly with the Mockingbird Cafe shares her experience on the market with us.
I know the produce over there, they have like orders and things, so people come out regularly for that, but for like people that want to come out for cookies and stuff, they probably won't because it's colder and cold weather.
Places like Blacksburg Bagels have a unique way of preparing for the colder market days. They have a spreadsheet of different factors of weather that they use from the year before to try to predict the weather for the upcoming year.
I mean, we plan for it. We plan for the weather, we plan for football games. All of those influence what we can anticipate, because it's with things like these, it's not like we have produce that we'll store and they could bring to the next market. Like, we bake them fresh each time. We don't hold them over. And so we try to be as accurate as possible and take notes on what kind of different factors influence each day.
As we start to get deeper into fall and it gets colder, the farmers market will not close. It is open on Thursdays from 3 to 7 in downtown Christiansburg. This is David Prince reporting for the Newsfeed.
This semester, the new classroom building, located at the corner of Perry Street and West Campus Drive, opened for operations. Aiming to obtain a LEED Silver certification, the building makes the most of site-based advantages. The location takes advantage of on-campus features such as Blacksburg Transit, which minimize the necessity of constructing parking lots. Director of University Design and Construction, Lee LeClaire, discusses the LEED design goals of the new classroom building.
The goals were to make a state-of-the-art new classroom building, kind of with a new model for pedagogy, which is very open, interactive, very flexible space. LEED has operations in mind, so it's not just about once you've built the building, you're done with it.
Targeting 50 points to reach LEED Silver, the new classroom building is currently tracking at 55 points, with points for indoor quality due to minimization of petroleum products, energy efficiency due to solar gain through maximization of windows, recycled materials, and regionally sourced materials within 500 miles, such as Hokiestone.
Virginia Tech is taking the pledge to stop sexual assault with a national campaign, It's On Us. The chapter kicked off this semester for the first time at the university, but is one of many movements based on gender-based violence that hopes to unite students on campus. The project is a collaboration between several university departments, including the Women's Center, the Office of Equity and Accessibility, and Title IX. Newsfeed reporter Lauren Pack has more in this report.
The national campaign called It's On Us kicked off its chapter at Virginia Tech this semester. The campaign pledges to fight against sexual assault, focusing on consent, environment, and supporting survivors. The organization launched on Wednesday, October 5th in the Squires Commonwealth Ballroom and brought out more than 300 attendees. The event had t-shirts, raffles, pizza, and plenty of photo opportunities. Open to all students, the campaign invited everyone to take the pledge to end sexual assault. Tables from several campus organizations came out in support of the cause, including Virginia Tech Athletics, Help Save the Next Girl, Hokie Wellness, and the United Feminist Movement.
It is important to our club that we support those women who are targeted. It's important that we show that we're in solidarity with them and everything. And so that's kind of why we're here. We really respect this message, and actually we're trying to follow this message ourselves, and that's why we're here, because we're really passionate about that cause and we really want to make a difference.
Virginia Tech joins West Point, Stanford, and the University of Southern California, among other universities in the country, to make the pledge. The organization hopes to become student-run and led here at Virginia Tech as it kicked off its event on Wednesday night. The campaign is part of the National White House Initiative led by Vice President Joe Biden and has been supported by many public icons and celebrities, including John Hamm, Kerry Washington, and President Barack Obama. The event saw a diversity of Hokies displaying the unity and solidarity of the university.
So it's not just about stopping one incident from happening, it's about stepping in at parties, talking to your friends, standing up and being part of the solution instead of waiting for somebody else to do it. We need to make sure at Virginia Tech that we're creating that culture that we want that's safe and supportive of all Hokies.
Several clubs, organizations, and departments showed their support and took the pledge, helping to educate students and bring awareness to the campus. This has been Lauren Pack reporting.
From Friday to Saturday, the Virginia Tech Police Department was running non-stop to raise money for the Commonwealth of Virginia campaign, an annual charity drive that allows state employees to donate to one of 1,300 charities of their choice. Newsfeed reporter Kyle Cook has more on this story.
The Virginia Tech Police Department battled through wind and rain to raise money for the Commonwealth of Virginia campaign. Chief of VTPD Kevin Faust was the chairperson for Virginia Tech's efforts this year and decided the 24-hour run would be a good way to raise money.
I began to think about a way in which the police department could take a bigger role in the campaign, to look for a way that we could raise some money on our own to contribute towards the campaign, to kind of kick it off, if you will.
They decided to run for 24 hours straight, but first they had to set up their tents to sleep in and avoid the rain, not to mention get some pump-up music going. The officers would rotate by running a mile at a time on the track behind Tech Softball Park, and then recording their miles with a tally on the check sheet. The officers insisted that they run the first lap together. When Chief Faust did a similar run in the past, he said his team broke 200 miles in 24 hours. Their goal this time was to run about 120. After the first lap, the officers dispersed to their tents, and the real running began, with Officer Trevor Coleman running the inaugural mile. After his first mile, he discussed his plans for staying alert and energized throughout the 24 hours.
Well, we have a gallon of coffee from Starbucks, and word is another gallon's coming, so that'll probably keep us awake.
How are your legs feeling?
They feel fine now. If you ask me the same question about halfway through, it probably won't be the same answer.
The officers' legs seem to be working just fine, though. The group ran 138 miles in total, almost 20 more miles than their initial goal. For the Newsfeed, I'm Kyle Cook.
Just ahead on the Newsfeed, find out some places where you and your canine friend are allowed to go in the Blacksburg area.
And a story about the annual Progeny Film Festival, hosted by Virginia Tech School of Performing Arts, that showcased films made by filmmakers from Southwest Virginia and the surrounding area.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the Newsfeed. As a pet owner, one of the hardest things to do is leave your furry friend at home. However, in Blacksburg, many local businesses let you bring your pet along for the ride. In downtown Blacksburg, restaurants like Green's, The Cellar, and Social House all allow dogs in their outdoor seating areas. Other businesses such as Mad Dog, 310 Rosemont, and John's Camera Corner have their very own store mascots to greet guests and their pets upon arrival. Local dog owner Talia Johnston loves taking her pup Luna to run errands with her.
We'll walk from my apartment downtown, and it's like almost a mile. And we'll go to Frosty Parrot or 310 Rosemont. I can like do my shopping and get food. And a lot of the local businesses around here are very pet friendly, so I really enjoy that because you can come in the store with me.
With the growing numbers of dogs in Blacksburg, you'll find many designated dog areas and more businesses that welcome your friendly pets.
The Virginia Tech motto of Ut Prosim, or That I May Serve, spreads all throughout the New River Valley. The development of the New River Valley Timebank allows for all types of service to circulate around the community. A Timebank is a medium of connecting people to exchange skills and services with the currency of time rather than dollars. One Virginia Tech student uses her knowledge of plants to serve in the Timebank.
So I help with watering and taking data for plant care in one of the greenhouses, and also got to work in the hop yard. So I think I could offer someone skills of taking care of their plants. For example, if they're away on a vacation and needed someone to do that for them. I wouldn't say that one of my strengths would be some kind of house repair, that kind of thing. So if I could receive that in return, that would be great.
If you have skills or services you would like to offer or receive, check out nrvtimebank.org for more information on this community network.
As an international student at Virginia Tech, it can be difficult to acclimate to a new language and a new culture. That's why the Cranwell International Center is here to help. Not only do they provide services to students, but to members of the international community in the New River Valley area as well. Services include crisis support, immigration support, and English practice groups, through which native and non-native English speakers gather together to practice conversational English and cultural exchange. Help is available on a walk-in or appointment basis, and advising topics range from financial issues to family concerns.
Even if it's finding housing, to understanding why we tip at certain restaurants and not tip at McDonald's, you know, it's really interesting, and it's been a lot of fun working with our international students because every student that I come across, I'm always learning something new as well.
Do you think that makes you feel less confident in general?
The center encourages interchange between international guests and members of the local community located in Harper Hall on campus. The center services visitors from 120 countries in all regions of the world.
The School of Performing Arts is trying to make a stamp on the silver screen. Last Friday, the Lyric Theater hosted the Progeny Film Festival. For more on that story, here's Newsfeed reporter Bailey Engel.
The Lyric Theater is a fixture to all residents of Blacksburg, Virginia. Yet, on Friday, October 7th, instead of showing an old favorite, the theater played host to the 13th Annual Progeny Film Festival. Senior Performing Arts major Mordecai Leckie relished in his role of gathering short films for the event.
I really enjoy the process, especially watching the films and seeing other ways people make them. And also, I'm usually a behind-the-scenes writer-director, but I'm always curious about the production side of a film festival because I've never done it before.
Unfortunately, since the event was originally scheduled in the spring, none of the festival's winners could attend. Still, the audience seemed to genuinely enjoy the independent films presented before them. Bailey Engel reporting for the Newsfeed.
Thanks, Bailey. Well, that will wrap up this edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can also connect with the Newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'm Lizzie Patrick.
And I'm James Oberwineth.